everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now this video is going to be a short, quick little one, just talking about the first teaser we have got towards the upcoming update. I actually was very surprised we got a teaser this soon. I didn't think it would be coming for like another week or so. So I was very surprised to see that they tweeted their kind of always first tweet towards an update, which is the StarPath teaser emoji tweet. They always do this as the first teaser to like introduce us to the fact that the update's coming in a couple weeks. So I was not anticipating that yet, but there has been a bit of a debate about these emojis. Now I will go in and say, when I first saw these emojis, I went straight to my Discord and I was like, I don't see any pumpkins, I don't see any bats or ghosts or Halloween. Like I was in that camp of like, these emojis look quite concerning because as most people, I know there's a lot of people who don't want Halloween stuff because there's already so much in the game, but there is also another side of people that I completely respect that are newer to the game and haven't had a chance to get hold of some really like nice Halloween-y stuff. And I don't feel that it's fair to have the mindset of like, oh, but we've had Halloween so many times so we don't need it anymore, because it's not really fair that people who are new to the game feel obligated to buy things that are returning in the premium shop from Halloween Star Pass. I just don't think that's fair, because that is very expensive for those people. They may not be able to get any new items because they're having to buy returning Star Path, and I know it's completely their choice, but I just feel I would have liked to have a Halloween / something else Star Path similar to we did with the Lovely Monsters Star Path in January. We had like Valentine's also, as well as Monsters Inc., which I think is one of my favourite Star Paths ever. I love that it had like the two sides to it. So I was hoping for something like that. I kind of predicted I was hoping it was going to be like half autumnal Halloween vibes, and half Lion King theme to do with Timon and Pumbaa. So I was thinking a lot of like creepy bugs and things like that, because that would kind of link the two together. That was kind of my hope, but from these emojis it does not seem that that is kind of what's coming. However, whilst I was having my little confusion in my Discord and stressing because I didn't see Halloween, I was talking to Fora in there and we were chatting about different things that these could mean. And we kind of like were chatting for a while and we kind of figured out actually this may very much be a Day of the Dead or Dia de los Muertos themed Star Path. Obviously it has such a high Disney link because obviously of Coco. The whole premise of Coco is surrounding that, and I feel like that is a really cool idea for a Star Path. I suddenly was really interested and was like, actually let me research a bunch of pictures that could potentially link to these emojis, research a bunch of stuff that I feel like could maybe make sense, because from what I'd seen on a lot of comments on Twitter when they posted the teaser, a lot of people were very confused. There are a couple of people saying a couple of different movies or different themes that I just felt like didn't really work at this time of year, and I would have been surprised if that's what they'd gone for. So I just thought I would kind of put my theory out there, and obviously me and Fora just kind of like had a bit of a brain moment where we just kind of gave out loads of ideas and kind of hoped that that might be the case. So I'll put on screen some of the images I saw and we'll kind of go through the emojis and we can figure out from that what we think this could be about. So obviously the first set of the emojis is a firework and then a little like sound emoji. Obviously when I saw this I was like, fireworks that make sound, which to me didn't really make much sense because we have got the premium shop item that literally gives us fireworks and they do make a noise. So I was a little bit confused about that because I was like, well, we've kind of already got that, and yes, it was from the premium shop, but I would have been surprised if they gave us something like that again. So I was thinking like, what could we link to fireworks? And obviously if we look at Coco, I'll put in some stills, but there are obviously the iconic like skull shaped fireworks that are in that movie. Obviously when he goes there, there is this huge like celebration, there's lots of loud music, lots of fireworks, lots of bright lights. So when it comes to the link to Day of the Dead, I felt like the fireworks are kind of an iconic thing to think of, but obviously when it comes to the fireworks and the little sound emoji, I still don't quite understand what that could mean exactly, because they are a bit random. I feel like they don't quite give off what I think. I think realistically, if I was doing those emojis and I was doing the skull fireworks, I would have done a firework symbol and then a skull, because it kind of just solidifies what it's going to be. But that is what I came up with as an idea for that, if it is a Day of the Dead theme. The second set of emojis is obviously the fist and a microphone. Again, I had no clue, and even now I still don't really have much of a clue. The only thing I could think of to do with that theme is kind of like a mariachi band or a singer, because obviously one of like the main villain character in the movie kind of isn't as a performer, so I thought maybe it could be something to do with that. But for that one I don't have a huge amount of ideas, but that just was what I thought could be it. But I'm still very clueless on that. If anyone knows any other movies that have a similar vibe to that, then obviously I'd love to know. But for me, I had no clue, to be honest. Now the third set of emojis was the one that I kind of had the most thought of Coco straight away, kind of when I was thinking about it, because this was the backpack and the dragon. Now I originally thought of this and was like, what kind of dragon backpack could it be? I know a lot of people had said, oh, it might be a backpack similar to the fox one but with a dragon in it, which, seeing as we don't have dragons as critters in game yet, I just felt wouldn't quite work. But I was trying to think what kind of backpacks could we have with dragons, so I did find a few pictures of some really cute Halloweeny backpacks, and I sent this particular Maleficent one to Four, and she was like, I need that in my life now, and I felt the same. So that before I thought of Coco, these were kind of the things I was thinking. I was like, it could be like a backpack with an iconic Disney dragon on. I know there is a dragon in Raya and the Last Dragon. We've also got Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. There's quite a lot of dragons in Disney, but I was thinking more on the spooky side of things, and obviously I thought of this iconic kind of design that you have as actual backpacks in real life, and these were kind of the first things that did pop up when I was googling. But then moving on to Coco, the only thing I did think of is obviously there is like the spirit animal in Coco called Pepita, which is kind of like, I don't know if it actually tells you the name of the animal, I can't remember, but it looked kind of like a jaguar or a panther with these big gorgeous wings, that is actually kind of classed as a dragon or a mythical creature in the movie. Obviously I don't know the complete lore of the animal because it's been a long time since I've seen the film, but obviously that is something that did come up when I was kind of looking into Coco and kind of dragon symbolism, because it's not something that's really associated too keenly with the film itself, but this did come up for that. So the only thing I thought of is maybe a backpack with this animal on it. It could be a backpack or a wing set, because obviously the backpack doesn't always mean it's going to be an actual backpack. It could mean it's an item that goes on your back like a backpack. Obviously in the wardrobe menu we have a back category, where all the backpacks and all the wings are. So the only thing I did think of is potentially we could be getting some wings that look like the wings of Pepita, which I feel like would be so cool. I know they're really enjoying giving us wings at the moment, and I know a lot of people love the big rainbow ones we got recently, so I feel like these would make complete sense. Now, as I said, I have absolutely no clue if this is accurate. This is just my theory. Obviously, there are a lot of emojis I feel like they could have used instead of the ones they did use to make it clearer that it is about Day of the Dead. They could have used flowers, they could have used skulls, they could have used kind of like musical instruments. I feel like there's a lot they could have used that they didn't, which is what makes me not as confident in this theory. But I do feel like a Day of the Dead themed star path would be obviously so fitting for this time of year. It also would link to Coco, which we've recently been getting stuff from more than normal. We had the star path items recently return, and we also had the new Coco stage come with this update. So I feel like it kind of maybe might be a little bit of a teaser that we are getting Coco stuff in the star path. I just feel like that's a bit of a weird coincidence, but I feel like this is kind of the most solid theory I can come up with. As I said, I feel like the emojis could have been a bit more tailored to the movie, but I would love to see, even if it's not a Day of the Dead star path at some point in the future, I think it'd be so nice to have like some hair with the flower crowns, to have kind of a mariachi band outfit, some of the really lovely dresses, and also again a lot of the furniture from the movie, and also just furniture that makes sense for the celebration as it is. Let me know down below what you guys think this star path is going to be themed on. As I said, I know a lot of people are disappointed it's not going to be Halloween, but I do hope that we get a sprinkling of some sort of Halloweeny or autumn stuff in there. But apart from this theory, I cannot think of anything else that these emojis can link to. I'm sure someone on Reddit at some point in the next few days will come up with like the most accurate theory, and we'll all look at it and go, oh, that makes sense. But as of yet, I feel like a lot of people are just very, very confused, and this was the only thing that in the Discord we kind of came up with, and a lot of people, including myself, were like, if this isn't true, we're going to be really disappointed. So hopefully that's not the case, and we will see some teasers coming out in the coming weeks that will give us a more solid look at what kind of theme the star path is going to have. Make sure you like and subscribe to keep up with new DDV news as well as builds and all that good stuff, as it really, really helps me out a lot. Let me know down below what you guys think about the emojis teaser, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!